I'm a singer-songwriter and lead guitar player based in Los Angeles, and I'm here to give you a quick tip on how to sound like a more advanced guitar player. Now, especially for beginning guitar players, bar chords can be really difficult to master. They take some time. And while I am a true believer in using bar chords, I use them all the time, there are other chords that you can use instead of bar chords while you're learning how to master your bar chords that sound really cool, and in a lot of cases I think they sound better. So I'm going to show you this movable open E chord is what I call it, and show you how to use it, and you can play around with it. So here we go. So we all know E chord, right? Normally I play my E chord with my first, second, and third fingers, but for this movable open E chord, I'm going to use my second, third, and fourth. So I'm going to show you where to put your fingers. First, you're going to put your middle finger on the first fret of the G string. Then you're going to take your ring finger and put it on the second fret of the A string, and your pinky is going to go on the second fret of the D string. So you've got same old E chord, just different fingers, but you do have your not your pinky, but your first finger free. Now this will be important when you move this chord up and down the neck. So normally, if you wanted to play an F sharp major chord, you would need to slide this up 2 frets and then bar it with this first finger, and you get this, right? Now that can be really difficult for a lot of beginner guitar players. So, and while you're working on the bar chord, you can do this movable open E chord, and instead, so keep these where they are, the shape of that E chord, and then just put this finger down on the E string, that low E string on the second fret, and you leave the B and the E strings open up here. It's a lot easier, so you're not actually barring with this finger, you're just fretting that second fret. This is what it sounds like. Now, I personally like the sound of this open F sharp chord more than the regular F sharp, but you can be the judge, and you can use these kinds of chords whenever you want to if you feel, you know, the muse. So there it is at the second fret. You can also use this chord all over the place. You can move it up a fret. That's an open G chord. And now this isn't like the technical term for this chord. If you want to know the extra notes and call it by its proper name, that's totally cool. I'm just showing you what to do. I'm not teaching you the music theory behind it. I hope that's okay with you for now. If you want to move it up to A, just move it up 2 more frets, and you're always keeping the relationship of these fretted notes consistent, and that's how you're getting this, right? So again, instead of the A bar chord, we're just using that first finger on the 5th fret of the low E string, and we're leaving these 2 strings, the B and the E strings, open. You can move it up to 2 more frets, an open B. I love this chord, I use it all the time. You can even move it up to C. Now, it doesn't always sound good. If you move it up 1 more fret to C sharp, I don't like that. But, you know, music is subjective, so you could use it if you want to. I prefer it there, 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 there. And one of my favorites is the F. It's so moody. All right, so that's the chord. I'm going to show you an example of how to use it in the wild. This is a song that I wrote called Slave to Ambition, and I'm just going to play a little excerpt of it, and you'll see me using this open chord all over the neck. The first riff that I'm going to do, it's actually in this F sharp position that I first showed you, but for the riff, I'm doing a hammer on. I'm doing the open E string, and then I'm hammering on to the 2nd fret with my first finger. So it's like this. All right, here we go. Glitter girl got bright lights in your eyes, jumping through hoops just to win first prize. Hope one day to be a bear watch, steal the spotlight of the silver spoon, yeah. Girl, you know, do as you're told. Girl, you know. So that's a little example of how you can use that chord, or that shape anyway. Now you can use the same chords in a completely different way, in a different key, but it will sound just as cool. I put down my pick and am just doing a finger picking. This is a song called I'm Here from my second record, and it uses the same chords, but it sounds very different because it's played differently. And I'm going to be picking both the fretted notes and these open strings too, and interspersing them.
Wherever you are, just let me know.
So there's a little example of another way that you can use that movable open E chord. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found this video helpful. I mentioned earlier that I am an active singer-songwriter, and as a touring musician, I'd love to be able to keep in touch with you and email you when I'm going to be in your town doing shows or when I've got new music coming out. If that sounds good to you and you'd like to get a free song from me, go ahead and click the link below and I'll send you that free song, and I will keep you posted via my newsletter. And don't be afraid to email me if you have any questions or if there's anything else that you'd like to see or learn about here. Just get in touch with me. My email is allie@alliehandal.com, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and don't forget, you rock.